Yep.
Yeah.
What's that?
Foot is on fire.
I got sunblock in here.
For my foot? I'm gonna get my foot in the water.
It's definitely warming up.
How red it is. I guess you can't see it.
Oh, there's one.
Still have it?
Yeah, yeah. Come up there.
That was like super fast. That's really fast.
Okay, here he comes.
Okay.
Put the net down. Put the net in the water. Hang on, I'll spin him around. Oh, he's not hooked very much. Got him.
Yeah. He was not hooked by much. One more flip and he probably would have gotten out. Right?
Yep. Hey guys, I am out with my daughter Kenzie, and she actually just took a break for a second. She was gonna get her feet wet because the sun
it's
come
so
out.
hot.
I forgot my sunglasses today. It's super hot. And there, guys, is the pit bull that I've been having all the luck with. I put a heavy head on it, and this fish hit right at the boat, didn't it, Kenz?
Yeah, it was like right at the edge there.
So just throw the stick on it quick. It's a rambunctious little tiger, and it actually did not want to come up, did it?
And it was just hooked by the lip.
And it, yeah, one hook in it. Say it's about a 38-ish.
Okay, so not bad.
No, not terrible. It's a beauty looking fish.
Yeah, first
But it
fish
only
of the day.
had the one hook in it, didn't it, Kenz?
Yeah, like right in the lip there, you could probably see where it's like,
All right, so
like right there.
hold the camera so we can see, sweetheart.
Slimy.
He's not happy. Okay, get the camera on him. All right, so like a 38-inch tiger, beauty of a fish. We'll keep going here, guys, and see if we can get a couple more here. Stand up over here, Kenz.
Okay. I'm jealous of the lure right now. Like, I wish I was in the water. It's weird because on one lake it'll be like super sunny, and on the other it'll be like all cloudy and like looks like it's a rainy day, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there's a musky dad.
Yep. Do your figure eight. Do your figure eight. Reel it up a bit. And just keep doing your figure eights.
Down there.
That's okay. Keep going. Rounding your figure eights.
He just like came up from under the boat.
Mm-hmm.
He looked big though. Today's one of those days. I love them. Thought it'd be harder to fish with nails on, but it actually isn't at all.
Well, I think you might have a fish coming on you, Kenz. Do your turn. Do your figure eight. Big and wide.
Oh, you could see where his tail turned there.
Yeah. Well, there's some just over around this point, around from the beach. Let's keep casting. All right, so I got to make a quick run into town here, and I wanted to say something that both I'm happy about and I'm very upset about. I've been including my kids in a lot of my videos now for a number of years, and 98% of you all enjoy seeing the kids be a part of what we do, but there's always going to be that couple percent of people that are going to say hateful things, and I'm always very careful to not try to exploit the kids for the sake of a view. This is really what we do, guys. We include the kids in our fishing, in our lifestyle, and I want them to feel like they're part of what we do here at 54 Bust. So again, if it's something that you personally don't like seeing the kids, involved, I get that, then maybe this content's not for you, but we're not going to change what we do. That's our core values, is family and having fun out on the water. So for that, guys, I want to thank everybody that's a huge supporter of what it is that we do. And I felt that I needed to say something, because I do get comments from time to time on, why do you include your kids? We don't come here to watch the kids. We don't come here to hear your kids. And yeah, it's only like 2% of the people, but it can be hurtful. I have to shelter my kids from that kind of negativity. So let's roll back to the garage here, and Kenzie's going to help me out with this breakdown on the fish that she helped catch, and talk about what happened for her on that day. Welcome to the cave and another Little Tykes breakdown. And today's Little Tykes breakdown is brought to you by my really good buddy, Ed Sedlak. Fished with Ed the last couple years. We've met through this YouTube channel. Such a great guy. I'll include a quick picture of something that he gave me this year after I took him out on a guided trip. It's those little things, guys, that mean the world to us, and making those connections with everyone. So today's Little Tykes breakdown is brought to you by Ed Sedlak. As you can see, I got Kenzie with me. How are you today, Kenzie?
I'm good.
Are you good?
Yeah.
So Kenzie and I were out last Friday fishing, and as you heard while I was driving the truck there and did a little bit of an update, I was wanting to check on the repairs I did on the boat. So I asked Kenzie if you wanted to come for a few hours, and she said sure. And the day started kind of cloudy when we left.
Yeah, it was like not too windy, but it was just like cloudy, and it looked like it was going to be a colder day.
Yeah, and then we got on the lake, and it instantly turned flat calm. The sun come out, and it got hot.
It got really hot.
Really hot. So the first spot that we got to is where I caught this tiger. But before I break this down, I just wanted to kind of ask Kenzie her thoughts of the little bit of musky fishing you've done this year. And on that day you were casting Suick a little bit, and I think you cast an SRJ a little bit, but the Suick, you had some fish come up. How is it from your perspective, Kenzie, casting something like a Suick? Is that something easy for a beginner to use?
Yeah, I say it's pretty easy. I mean, it's like, it can be like hard at first, because it's like you gotta get used to casting like a different hook and stuff, but I'd say it's pretty easy.
Yeah, and for beginners, 9-inch Suick is always a pretty easy choice. They cast pretty easy as long as it's not windy, because they will catch the wind, and they typically tend to move fish. Usually you don't get a ton of follows on Suicks. They just kind of hit out from the boat. But on this day, you moved a couple decent ones.
Yeah, there was at least like 3 or 4 on that hook.
And then I had put on a tube a little bit later. I had moved a couple fish. And we didn't have very much time. We only had a few hours during the day. But I started the day, guys, with a Pitbull. And this spot here, again, we talk about it all the time. Classic shield spots. This is an island. And you got rock boulders all the way along shore. And then you get some exposed rocks out from shore. So you can, even driving up on it, you can tell that that's going to be a good spot. And one of the key things here that I want to kind of point out is there's a transition from the rocks and the sand that you can see to that blacker water, and it's almost always at close to that edge of light. So anywhere from 5 feet down to like 8 feet, and you'll see a defined line lots of times where you have sand against shore, where you see that golden color of sand, and then all of a sudden it's just darker water. And that's a lot of times what we're trying to target. And Kenzie had just taken a break because your feet were warm.
Yeah, they were hot. I wanted to dip them in the water because
Well,
they were like burning.
It's a good thing you didn't just dip them in the water, because that tiger come up and just rolled on it, hit the bait, actually took it down quite a
It
bit.
looked so weird when it jumped out of the water.
Yeah.
Like at the hook, it was so weird.
Yeah, it was definitely aggressive tiger. So as we pulled up on the spot, I was getting Kenzie to cast up and try and hit those outside edges of the rocks. And again, we're not trying to get on top of the rocks, it's just off of them. And then I cast up, and I'm trying to hit that transition line from golden sand to that dark water. And I'm always trying to get just above it and then pull that lure as it's coming down deeper into that deeper water where that really light transition happens. And this fish, I pulled all the way right into the boat, and it hit right at the boat. I was like, here's one. And I didn't see it on the live scope. It must have come out of some of these rock areas, or that transition area just come up, hit right at the boat. Kenzie did an amazing job getting the net ready and pretty much netted it on your own. It wasn't hooked very well, was it, Ken?
It was like just like on the lip, the hook was through.
Yeah, so do I have a treble handy here? Here's a treble. So it was on the back hook on the Pitbull, and it only had one barb through its top lip. And when we rolled it around to bring it in the net, we both were like, ooh, it's not hooked very well. And then I think you said when it was in the net, you're like, one more jump and it would have gotten off. Yeah, so you just never know how well they're hooked. You hear so many people talk about it. Oh, it's not hooked very well. It's not hooked very well. This one was not hooked very well, and it did that big jump and thrash. So lucky to get that one on a bluebird sky day. You'll take any fish you can get, and I'm going to keep taking Kenzie and Katie out. They're going to get some this year and this fall yet. Just got to keep plugging away. But all you guys that do take your kids out, don't force them to cast all day, because if you get burnt out, that's not fun, is it?
Yeah.
And you want to feel like you're part of what we're doing, but you don't want to have to be forced to do it, right?
You like still want to have fun, but you don't want to like be doing it the whole time, because I know sometimes I'll get bored of just like it's repetitive. You just keep casting until you get a fish.
Yeah.
So I'll get like hungry and I'll have a snack or something for just a little break even.
That's right. So definitely listen to Kenzie. You want to take some breaks, give the kids some breaks. We do the beach a lot, and on that day we actually went to the beach. So for you, mothers and fathers out there that are bringing your kids out, definitely give them some breaks and some other activities to do. Maybe have them cast at key spots or key times. And I did tell Kenzie, I'm like, I really need you to cast at this spot because there's been historically fish there. So that's a tip right from Kenzie. Make sure that you get some chances to do other stuff, right? And how was that rod for you?
It was pretty good. It was like pretty light and stuff, like, and I could hold it easy. It didn't feel like I'd like drop it if something like if a big fish caught it and like pulled it somewhere. It felt like it was good. So
I did give Kenzie a 9.3 Okuma rod, and here's a link to it right here. I just think it's a great all-around beginner's rod to intermediate rod. It's not super heavy. It's not super light. Pairs well with a 364 Komodo reel, and it's a nice size rod for her. I put 50-pound Barbarian Braid, so it's a little bit lighter line. It will cast a little bit easier. I run a slightly smaller leader for her, and that's another thing, guys. You have to have stuff that the kids can handle, and because I have girls, they're not going to be as forceful and powerful with their casting, so you have to keep all of that in mind, guys. Maybe we'll go to the bigger one today?
Yeah. Like the one beside Clay Beach or the
Yeah.
one?
The one just past Clay Beach.
Yeah, like the one we brought Rosie to, that one.
So for us, family's important. My kids are important to me. They mean the world to me. And for me to share these experiences with Kenzie and Katie, and earlier with my oldest daughter, Dakota, she was out with us at times in the past. It's making memories that I'll cherish for a long time. They may forget about some of them, but for us parents to include our kids in the activities that we do means so much. And they're a big part of our life. They're a big part of this channel. They're a big part of what we do. You girls enjoy being part of it. And catching fish is always secondary. Spending the day on the water with my daughter that's awesome for me, for her to share a little bit of my passion. So I highly recommend you guys get your kids, your grandkids, your nephews, your nieces, get them out. Like it's always said, take a kid fishing, because those memories will last a lifetime. And I know that it's only a matter of time before Kenzie gets another one and she gets to feel that exhilaration. But even just having her there netting it with me means the world, guys. And Kenzie's going to point to the video where she got her very first fish, and it was just a crazy day, and it was another one of those all family days. How was that experience for you?
It was kind of scary because that was my first fish, and it like hit like right at the boat, and I didn't have any line left.
Yeah, so check out the video. Kenzie's going to point to it right now, and hopefully you guys will like that. And today it's all about family, and it's all about daughters. And until next time, 54 Bust is out of here. We'll catch you guys out on the water later.